Boss, when are you going to pay me? Quite, Mr. Bear, I'm working on a snow sculpture over here. But boss, that's your 400th snow sculpture. What about my snowballs? Mr. Bear, you know we need more snowballs for data gathering. Why don't you keep producing more snowballs for me? How about that? But boss, are you okay? You look blue. What do you mean, Mr. Bear? I'm doing all right over here. These snowballs, I've been having a blast sculpting them. No, boss, I'm serious. Look at your skin. You're blue! You're literally blue! Oh well, Mr. Bear, I don't know what you're talking about. In this video, I will be showing off to you all the snow sculptures that I was able to obtain from the snow sculpting hobby. And other than that, we will go over the whole hobby and see whether or not it's worth it for you guys. So if some of you still don't know, the snow sculpting hobby you can obtain from the NPC here from Azure. It costs 600 stars to get to level 5, but 100 stars just enough to get to level 1. So what's the thing here? It's actually pretty quick to level up this hobby. So we'll actually go over how long it's going to take to level that up later in the calculation section of this video. Which in this video, I will also be showing you if the quality of your snow sculptures are affected by how many rounds you have actually finished. Alright, so to make the deciding easier for you, I will be showing you what kind of snow sculptures you'll be able to access throughout the levels. So for levels 1 to 3, you will have 1 to 3 star snow sculptures. So I actually have completed the 3-star snow sculptures. So for level 1, you will have access to this igloo brick shape and this geometric shape and all the cone shapes from 1 star to 3 star. And the 4th one that you will be having access to at level 1 is the snow poop sculpture right over here. Whereas for level 2 snow sculpting, you will be able to access the snow cedar tree sculpture, Grandpa Bob, and Atara. Level 3 snow sculpture, you will have access to 3 of these again, to Mrs. Joan, Annie, and Dorothy. Level 4 snow sculpting hobby, you will have access to Massimo, Bailey J, and Naniwa. And level 5, finally, you will have access to both Vanya and Blanc right over here. Alright, so to begin with the actual showcase of all the 5 stars, let me just tell you I'm actually missing a few sculptures here, namely the Vanya 5-star and 4-star version, the 4-star version of Naniwa. I am also missing the 5-star version of the ice cream and the geometric snow block, and as well as Annie's 5-star version. This is what you get for the snow igloo 5-star. Here is the pine cedar, and here are the rest of the NPC snow sculptures. Feel free to pause, speed up, or slow down from here because this will be the actual showcase section of the video. Whereas the 4 stars, we also begin with just the same. We begin with the actual shapes, the snow cedar. Here are the 3-star. The 2 stars are right over here. And finally, all of the 1-star. If this is not yet enough to convince you, or maybe you still want to see what these looks like, here are some of my suggestions of how I can use them. Unfortunately, there still is not, we still don't have some marble sculptures in game. So, but I think these snow sculptures are pretty okay as a substitute for now. But I really would love to have marble sculptures because the colors are just somewhat off on this one, and you can see the snowy texture on that. It's not exactly smooth, but I think they look great as sculptures. So these are some ideas that I have. You can show, oh hello Blide, you can show it off to them like this. If you have ideas much better than this, the community posts are open if you want to show off your sculpts, or maybe if you have some of the missing sculptures that I don't have here, then you can show it off over on there. For the 1-star version, we have right over here, I think they look really great. And personally, I have Blanc right over here in a field of flowers. So here are the maths of it. If the showcase wasn't still enough for you to gauge whether or not the snow sculpting is worth it or if it's worth your time, here is my calculation on how much time it takes to get it to level 5 and what's the percentages of getting the sculpts depending whether or not if you do all the rounds, all the 9 rounds, 11 rounds, or if you only do 3 rounds. So per sculpts take about 20 seconds and there's about 2.5 seconds of animation. That is the beginning of, that is before when you sculpt, and after you sculpt it's pretty long, let's be honest. So for me personally, it took me about 143 sculpts to finish to get to level 5, but for this one we'll only do 140 because I actually purposefully failed 2 of those just to see what results we get. So from what we've seen, if you only do 2 rounds or you miss all the rounds or you hit the wrong one, you will get poop anyways. So that's 20 seconds of sculpting times 140 pieces of sculpts. That's 2,800 seconds over 60, which is 46.6667 minutes. Whereas the animation, look at this, it takes us about 5 minutes. It takes up 5 minutes of the whole thing. So adding those two, it took me 52.5 minutes to get to level 5. It took me about 140 sculpts to get to level 5. But if you want to rush your level to level 5, a minimum of 3 rounds is good enough. But right over here, down here, we're going to be seeing whether or not actually doing 3 rounds is good in terms of star level. But if you really need to rush that level, you can go do only 3 rounds and you're pretty much gonna cut down your time quite a lot. I'm going to estimate about maybe 30 minutes. You're gonna be doing this for 30 minutes as opposed to the 52.5 minutes. So yeah, what I've estimated, since I'm playing on PC, it took me about 8 to 9 rounds on average. But since the game is also obviously designed for mobile, I estimate that mobile players will be finishing 10 to 11 rounds on average. So okay, after we've gone over to that, if you still haven't decided after that, let's see how much star level you get if you actually do all the rounds or if you only do 3 rounds. So how we're going to do this is star level count over the total sculpt times 100. So what I did here, I have a total of, for my first test, for the 3 rounds only, I actually have a total of 154 sculpts. Although this whole test is not yet done, I think this whole test is not yet necessarily wholly complete. There's just a lot of snowballs. There's just a lot of snow statue to go over. So this is like only 2 tests. 154 sculpts for 3 rounds, and I have 143 sculpts for the whole 9 to 10 rounds. 8 to 9 rounds, I should say. 154 sculpts for 3 rounds only, and we have 143 sculpts for 8 to 9 rounds. So let's look at the percentages. So take this with a grain of salt because this is not entirely a great testing. I only have tested this on only 154 and 143 sculpts. So for 1 star, for 3 rounds, if I only finish 3 rounds, I have a 26.62% chance of getting a 1 star. Whereas if I finish 8 to 9 rounds, that's only 9.09%, which is a lot lower. So take that as you will. As you can see, I managed, although the difference is not that much, 154 as opposed to 143. Just look at how much the difference is between that percentage. And as for the 2-star, one thing I've noticed about the 2-star, I think this is the most abundant of all them, is the most common one. They're pretty close, 44% to 46%, but as you can see, doing 8 to 9 rounds, I have a higher chance percentage of getting 2-star from 44.155% as opposed to 46%. And for 3-star, here we go. Another staggering difference, about 12% difference. If I only did 3 rounds, that's a 20% chance over the 8 to 9 rounds. That's 32% chance of getting a 3-star. And already you can see we have more sculpts. Although yes, we have more sculpts for the 3 rounds only, we can see that doing 8 to 9 rounds actually affected my results right down here. Whereas for the 4-star, I got a whopping 11% doing 8 to 9 rounds as opposed to the 4%. Whereas the 5-star, it's actually impossible to get a 5-star when you are leveling up, because this 8 to 9 rounds, I actually got these percentages while I was leveling up. So mind you, there's not a lot of buffs or pretty much raising the star level whenever you level up. Mind you, by the time that I was already doing 3 rounds, I have already maxed out my level. So imagine how much percentage I probably would have had if I actually did 8 to 9 rounds by the time that I have level 5. Now let's check out our hobby. Snow sculpting, as you can see, it only gives you access to higher star snow sculptures. Whereas when you reach level 5, which means there are no buffs by the time there are no extra buffs by the time that I was already at level 5 doing the 3-star ones. And mind you, I have a bigger sample size, 153. It's slightly bigger, 153 as opposed to 143. And I think my best basis here would be the 4-star ones. Okay, this is messing up the thing. That's 7 and that is 16. Only 7 4-stars for 3 rounds and only 16. But for 5-star, there's still a chance, but that only gave me 3.8%. And finally, before I forget, we also have here the selling price. I'll also be showing only the 1-star and the 5-star selling price of each of these sculptures. Now remember, each of the sculptures, you can only access them on different levels: level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5. These refers to which NPC sculptures we can access according to level, and this is how much they all sell. As for non-NPC sculptures, these only involve the poop sculpture, the geometric brick, the igloo, and the ice cream sculpture, and also the tree. And yeah, feel free to pause on this one. This is what each of the selling price of each of the sculptures are, and you gauge for yourself if this is worth it for you as a passive earning. So you can get either 155 gold per hour passively or 1,120. It's between all of those. Alright everyone, that will be it for now. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something, and I hope with this you will be able to actually decide whether or not you will pursue the snow sculpting hobby if you haven't yet. So yeah, I will see you in the next one, and goodbye.